Hey, A-frame daydream.
Ed and Mitzi here. Welcome back, guys. It's been a little bit since we've been around. Of course, we made a video. Anyways, we have made a new intro for the channel, but we would actually like to have you check that out. So let's roll that intro. All right, guys, welcome back. First thing off, we're got these in our hands.
Cheating. We have scripts.
We have scripts. There's reasons to come for that. But anyways, we wanted to let you guys know that what we've actually gotten done around the house. Of course, we don't have a regular green screen behind us for once for all. So, dear, you want to tell them what we've gotten done around the house?
Not quite. Nothing that we planned to get done around the house got done.
Yeah.
Around the house. Other things got done, but it was certainly not what we planned to get done.
So let's talk about the truck and its kind of malfunctions it's had. So you want to start off with the first one? I'll take the second one?
No, I want the second one.
Okay, well, I'll take the first one then.
Okay.
It is, we had a major oil leak in the truck. Rear main seal needed to be replaced. So that was nothing I could do, and that was it's going to the dealership. So we got it back, all is good, and, all is good, until, you take it out for a trip, and then you come back the next day, you go to start it, and
I missed
what
out.
I get.
Well, I missed out on all of the craziness at the dash, but essentially Ed comes in the house and said that the dash was lighting up like a crazy rave or something, and
yeah, pretty much.
I don't remember what the exact error message said, but it was pointing to a sensor called the TPS sensor, and anybody who gets an Office Space reference and gets a snicker out of that, that one was just nothing but weird. That got replaced by Ed, and that was after an oil pressure sensor. That was how he discovered the oil leak with the rear main seal in the first place. We were getting some oil pressure sensor issues, so he went ahead and took care of the sensor. But the last part of doing that task is changing the oil, and when you get underneath your truck and you realize that there's an awful lot of oil there that's really not supposed to be there.
Yeah, it was just everywhere.
It was a goopy, gloppy sort of mess, and I got down there and I'm going, well, that's not something we can fix. That's something that someone else has to fix that has a shop. If we had a mechanic friend and an extra vehicle at our disposal and, lots of time to screw around with it, that might have been a different story. But no, where it's that big of a job and that big of a deal that we have the vehicle back. It was kind of expensive, but necessary.
Yeah, I honestly,
necessary evils with cars are what they are, and I'm willing to pay a mechanic to do that kind of work because that's just.
Yeah, I wouldn't even have tackled it myself.
No.
There's not enough beer.
There's not enough
around
anything
to make me want to do that.
So anything to really. That's super major. And like I said, unless you have a complete shop and all the tools and a lot of time and energy to put into it, that's mechanic labor that's worth paying.
And plus, it's what? February and March is coming up. March is what? Camping season.
Camping season.
So, time change on the 13th of March.
Yep.
Camping's right around the corner, getting them extra long daylight hours. I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
You ready? But anyways,
I'm mostly
we're all ready.
We're mostly
I believe I'm ready. I believe everybody else is ready out there.
I'm ready.
So,
All right. Okay, we're back. We've also had some other things come up. This has been a super screwed up year.
probably one of the roughest years that we're probably going to have. It's probably one of the roughest videos that we're going to be doing, and probably ever will do. And I don't want to do another video like it.
Mm-mm.
You want to let them know what happened here?
Um, my friend and companion Pepper has crossed over to the other side, and it's been a rough winter for us.
Yeah.
The last video we put on, we were doing our video shooting literally when she was settled down because she was starting to have a cough. The cough got worse. Let's just say we had to let her go. And we were there for her till the end because she was there for us all the time.
Yeah.
We've taken the time to create a little memorial video. I suggest getting a tissue.
Yeah.
If you haven't already got one now,
By the news that we told you.
it's kind of a pictorial story of
Hard time.
her.
Yeah.
So,
Please enjoy this video if you could. Take the time, watch it. There's some narration in it. So, guys, we thank you very much for the support. Until the next video, thanks.
take care. Peace.
Bye.
Subject: Pepper. After about 1 week of incarceration in Salt Lake County Animal Services, Ingrid was released to Mitzi to begin her servitude of love and companionship. Being a good pet parent, I took her to the pet store, got food, treats, toys, and a collar. Stopped by to see my mom so they could meet. While I'm at the door, the doggo is wagging with a helicopter tail of absolute derelict, so I rushed back to the car and took her home. A couple of hours later, my mom calls me up and says, "You can't really call her Piss and Vinegar, but how about Pepper?" Now the dog has her actual alias that she kept for her entire life. I'm pretty sure she was related to Houdini. Some of her early escape attempts were pretty hilarious, absolute gold. Some would know she could jump, but instead of jumping over a baby gate, she'd just knock them over. Quite the escape artist. Dog was full of shenanigans. First road trip we ever took was to Boulder area in Escalante. Went down with Matt to meet up with Jan. Spent some time just driving around, looked at some of the beautiful country there, and were basically being followed around by a couple of local crows. It was rather funny. In a short amount of time, Ed moves out to Utah, gets to really know Pepper, and Pepper adds Ed to the best friend list, best friends forever list. Pepper loved her toys. She was fond of playing frisbee. She had a couple of Kong balls, a bunch of random destroyed stuffed animals, unstuffed animals, sticks, bones, etc. And we always had to make sure to take some kind of toys when we took her camping. And she loved camping. More time goes by. We uproot from Utah and move to Illinois. After getting settled in and whatnot, more adventures continued to occur. Some of the places in Illinois would include Clifton, Oakwood, Leroy, Marseilles, and Ottawa. And in those locations, we would throw down at Dawson Lake, Starved Rock, Illini State Park, and a super secret river getaway that its location cannot be disclosed. Pepper was a well-traveled dog. States that she got to visit were Michigan, Indiana, Illinois, Iowa, Nebraska, Wyoming, South Dakota, Utah. More were planned, but time was short. One of Ed's favorite experiences with the dog, and one of mine as well, was one evening we took her with us to the drive-thru at Dairy Queen here in town. As we pulled up to look at the menu, we're reading the menu, she's looking at the pictures on the menu. We started to order, and so does she in a way. Not anything particularly understandable, but nonetheless, they were laughing pretty hard on the other end of the speaker. We get up to the window, and she wonders where her chicken strips and french fries and hamburgers and things are not handed to her through the window. Anyway, it was a good laugh. This dog loved her road trips. Local ones to the drive-thru. Local ones to go grab something in another town. Going to visit some friends a couple counties away. She went with us when we went to pick out our A-frame. She approved of it, and so she went with us to go pick it up too. All of the camping trips, and there were a lot of camping trips. There were camping trips in the tents. There were camping trips in the homemade camper that we made. There were camping trips in the A-frame. Some of the ones that we took before we had a truck were certainly memorable, but she loved it, so we took her, and took her some more, and took her some more. We took her on 3 separate trips back to Salt Lake City, which we made that trip a couple of times without her, due to availability of a dog sitter and less availability of room in our camping vehicle. The trips to Utah were absolutely very much more memorable with the dog, and she got to see all of her Utah friends and made some various other friends along the way. She loved both of the campers, even if we were camping just in the driveway. The A-frame was also her dream, and it was a dream come true. It was her happy place. It's our happy place. We're going to keep that dream alive, and she'll always be in our heart. Love you, Pepper.